Hi everyone, today I want to share with you my review of the Loops Quiet 2 that I have right here. I bought the mint color and I have seen all the hype on social media, but the reviews were quite polarizing, to be honest. A lot of people love them, a lot of people hated them. But I am in a situation where there's a lot of renovations in my neighborhood. People are buying and selling apartments, renovating them, making open floor plans, fixing roofs now that it's summer, and I was literally going crazy. Like some mornings I just wanted to cry because of the noise, so I decided to take a plunge and spend 25 euros on these silicone earplugs. Now, my first impression was a little underwhelming because they are pure silicone. They have two pieces that you can exchange to switch the size of this part here that goes into your ear, but I thought this hoop part was going to be like rigid plastic or more resistant, but this is silicone. So price material relationship, I don't think they're worth 25 euros. However, what I really like about them is that they bring several sizes. You have 4 sizes to try, and if you have one ear considerably bigger and smaller than the other, I think it's great to just be able to have one packet with several sizes on. Downside for me is that one of my ears is like really tight and I have the excess size on. This is the smallest one, and it's still kinda big for one of my ears, so it does not block 100% of what it could. However, I have tried it out in comparison with my noise cancelling headphones and they work better than the headphones by miles. I am actually happy I bought them. I did see a pattern in the reviews. I found that several of the people who hated these earplugs in particular really just were happy with the regular foam earplugs you can find at your pharmacy for a very cheap price. So I think they're probably a good investment if you don't like the foam earplugs, which I personally hate. I have tried them years ago, and because again one of my ears is very tight, they just kept coming out and it was just really annoying, and they break, and I don't even remember if they're washable, but these ones are washable. They look cute, which obviously you're paying the plus also because they look cute. They're silicone, which I prefer to the foam, both in the feeling of my skin and the fit. And also they come in a little case, which it just looks really nice and sleek. You're also paying for the design, and the marketing, let's not kid ourselves. I would recommend them if you really don't like the foam earplugs and you are like me, desperate for something that blocks the ambient noise. I think for 25 euros is a good thing to try, because in the worst case scenario you end up with reusable silicone earplugs. But aside from that, I do have to admit you're paying for them looking cute and being trendy. For me, it has been a good purchase, but I can see how for a lot of people it would not be a good purchase. So it just really depends in your actual situation. I have tried them out in the street and inside the house with the window open and the neighbors, you know, doing their 1,000 renovations at home, and I am happy with them. They do not block as much noise and as I thought they would. This company, Loops, has other earplugs that have like a tiny hole in the middle and they're supposed to filter ambient noise but let you talk to people comfortably. I can still hold conversations and walk around in the street with these. Obviously, this is probably partially because one of the sides doesn't close completely, but I also think it could totally, most people could totally have a conversation with this on. You just hear the other person talking to you at a lower volume, but if you're paying attention and focusing on the conversation, I think you could totally talk with this on. So, you know, if you were thinking of trying one of them but want like the most possible noise blocking with while also being able to talk to people, I think you can do it with this. And also they have the advantage that they look really cute, and because let's be honest, if you walk around in a restaurant and you have or earbuds, headphones, or your normal bright orange earplugs made of foam, it can look a little antisocial, which I think is a shame because, you know, especially nowadays that there are so many diagnoses of neurodivergence and so much acceptance of sensory issues, I think it should be, you know, not looked badly upon, especially if you are clearly engaging in the conversation. You know, you're obviously not, you can't tell when someone is ignoring you, you just can't tell. But you know, it is a social advantage in case you have that issue. That is also worth considering. My only true complaint is that I think the case is very easy to lose because it's a very muted color and it's really tiny, so I have attached this fidget to it just so I don't lose it. But aside from that, I am happy with the purchase. It is overpriced for what it is, yes. It is overhyped, probably also. It does the job I want it to do, and it makes my days a lot better, so I can have my window open while construction work is going on around me, also yes. So yeah, this is all. I just wanted to, you know, let you know my opinion. I know these trendy products have so many polarizing reviews online, and I just wanted to give you my 2 cents. Let me know in the comments if you have tried them, or you know, your experiences with them or with foam earplugs, or if you think they're totally not necessary. Thank you for watching the video till the end, and I will see you in the next one.